Welcome to the IEP 1124 class, the level 4 class with Southern Utah University. This intensive English language course has a theme of water. Let's give an introduction to this course and let you know what your objectives and goals are this week. First, this class focuses on oral language skills. So oral meaning your listening and speaking skills. Each week you will have several assignments you need to complete, and you will often do the same types of assignments each week. With the listening assignments, you'll have a listening log each week where you can listen to anything you like in English, and then you write a summary of what you learned from watching, and then a personal reaction, maybe how you felt about what you watched or how what you watched connects to other things that you have already seen or heard or learned about. And so every week you can choose what this is. You could watch English movies or TV shows, you could watch TED Talks or other online videos if you like. As well as with listening, you'll have a listening quiz each week. The quizzes will be based on the videos that are posted on Canvas. So videos like this, where your instructor gives you instructions, but it could also be other videos that your instructor invites you to watch in order to learn about a new topic. And so those are the two listening assignments you'll have every week. You'll also have speaking logs each week. You'll have a conversation partner, and your job will be to talk about something related to what we're studying in our course with your conversation partner. This will give you practice speaking in English, and it will help you learn better the topics that we're learning about because you'll have a chance to reuse the vocabulary and grammar that you're learning. Lastly, you'll also have a couple speaking presentations in each course. And so about midway through the course, you'll give a speaking presentation, and then near the end of the course, you'll give another presentation. And your presentations will in some ways be very similar to this video that you're watching right now, where you'll have some slides, you'll present some information, but you'll also explain your slides in your presentation. So this course's theme is water. We're going to focus a lot on learning different things about water during this course. And the goal here is that we're going to recycle the vocabulary we're learning about water, but we're going to deepen our academic vocabulary of how to talk about a topic like water or anything else. So our first project for this week, or our first goal, is to feel comfortable and confident talking about processes. A process is something that has many steps or many parts that go in sequence in order to complete some kind of task or maybe a natural process. When we talk about a process, we usually want to give an introduction, state what the process is or why it's used, then explain each step of the process and use connector words or phrases. So for example, things like first, and then after you do that, you do this, and in the end, you do this. Those are all connector phrases that help listeners understand a process because they can understand what sequence or steps that the processes have together. And then finally, you'll give a conclusion. In a conclusion, you may explain why the process is important or who might use this process. So here's an example. Maybe you might talk about the hydroelectric power process, and you might start with some of these connector phrases. First, the water is at a high elevation or really high up, and then there is a big drop. And when the water drops, it goes through a turbine, which is a machine that once it's pushed, it generates electricity. And after the water moves through the turbine, then it returns to the river at the bottom of the drop. And finally, the water at the top of the hydroelectric power plant is replenished or is filled again with rainwater that happens through the water cycle. So in my very short process, I used some of these connector words to explain the different steps of how hydroelectric power is generated. You will do something similar as you watch videos this week about another water process, and you can be listening for those connector words. And when you practice with your conversation partner to describe a process, you could use these phrases or other types of connector phrases. So I hope that you have a great experience learning with me this semester in both your oral communication and your written communication classes. If you have any questions, please email me or send me a message through Canvas, and I can meet with you or respond to your question in email. I look forward to helping you improve as an English user this semester.